Hey y'all, it's your girl Denise. I'm back. Still on the stakeout. That's how it really goes down. To my CC fam, right now I'm in the van, what we call the van, like I'm watching you. So anyway, now that I have a couple more minutes to talk, I want to talk about one of the projects that I just completed. I just finished the editing process for Nightmares and Vultures, which is a book that's written by my homeboy Ariel Rivera. He uses a different pen name, but his book is due out by the end of the summer. Awesome book, parallels my book, which is called Stay in Your Lane, which will be out shortly. We don't like to say release dates because I change my mind all the time, and because I'm self-published, it's a little bit different. I want to talk about one of the characters in my book, and his name is Victor Flores. And you see a lot about Victor towards the end of the book, after the book goes through, the different men that have been in my life, of course, starting with my father. A lot of people don't know I have a psychological background, so therefore, in behavioral sciences, so therefore, these things have to start with daddy and then they go all the way down. And so I chose Victor Flores as his name because Victor in Latin means winner. And because I feel like he's such an important part and piece in this book, because I don't think that in real life, just on the stakeout, Victor understands what his role is or what my attachment to him was in the first place. So I originally set out writing the book as a journal. It was a journal of stuff that just happened over the years, long before Victor was even, a thought in the sky. But I think it's important to know that when I start doing the excerpts and as you start to see his character, I just think it's a beautiful thing. And I think he's one of the most beautiful characters in the book, besides myself, of course, because he's so fucked up. Can we say he's fucked up? And not only is he fucked up, but he's a normal functioning citizen in society every day. He's not on Criminal Minds. He's not like, out here in the club every week. He's like the sweetest, most normal person if you were to meet him in the street. But then when you start to really sit down and talk to him and you start to really listen to his life experience, you start to see like, this motherfucker is crazy. Like it's about to go down. And I think one of the most beautiful aspects of the book is that, everybody knows I'm a raging psychopath, small elements of sociopath, but for the most part, I remember when I first met him, because he's a real person in real life, but of course we changed his name. And I remember when I met him, because I was harboring I went through a divorce. I'm a divorcee. I'm a single mom. I was a stay-at-home mom for a while. And I remember, involuntarily, by the way, stay-at-home mom. And I remember when I met him, it was like something in me was just like, he's so dark. Like, and I remember thinking like, I think I can rock with him because his darkness, I know, supersedes mine. I know it. And he's never said anything. He never, in the chapter, you start to see glimpses of it. It pops out twice. But it's horrifying. Like when it does come out, it's that horrifying element where you're like, you know what, I'm a gangster. I could pop this trunk real quick, but there is something about him that suggests that by the time I get to this trunk, I'm going to be laid out on the ground. And not that he's a woman beater or hitter or anything like that. He's never put his hands on me in a bad way. But what I'm saying is I think the beauty of the two characters, and that you'll see them in the book, is that they're both struggling with some shit. And in actuality, they're really the same person. And I think that when people start to talk about love, it really annoys me. It makes me very angry because they talk about love like it's just, it's just butterflies and gumdrops and berries and, bubblicious. That's not, to me, what love is. And I don't think that's what love is to Victor either. And I think that for me, my life started with my love was my father. And so when you start to look at Victor's character, you start to look at, his first love having to have been his mother and what that relationship is like. And then why he doesn't have kids and why he's never gotten married. And, here I am. I'm like, I know why. Pick me, and he never picks me. He never picks me. I'm always the last one on the kickball team. But I think that in my mind, because of my conceit and narcissism, I feel like he's supposed to be with me. And so you see me struggle in the book, keep trying to fight for him and try to not so much be with him, but just try to make him understand, like, hey, I get it. Like, we're fucked up. Let's just be fucked up people together, because throughout everything else in the world, we're like two great white sharks. He goes and he eats up a bunch of broads, and I go and I eat up a bunch of men, literally man-eater type stuff. But then when we're together, it doesn't we don't touch each other. Like, we won't eat each other. You know, so there's that respect, which means that he also recognizes in the book, you know, what my darkness is as well. So I think, to me, that that's what love is to me.